Hi guys. Hi. Welcome back to my channel. My channel's, I know it's going to be a slow starting channel and it's going to take me a while to get there. You know, I know there's a lot better out there than me, but like I said in one of my other channels, it just drives me crazy. And when I started really wanting to start fighting for my, letting my voice be heard, since we have a voice, is when Harry took the Pat Tillman Award, when he knew downright his mama didn't want him to have it. That's sad, but he went and did it anyway, and I bet it's sitting up on his mantle somewhere. Or Megan's probably hawked it away. I don't know. No telling. But, I mean, them two don't know how to stay out of the. If they could have come over here and lived fine and dandy with his little inheritance or whatever, lived a comfortable life without no problems, they could have done that. They could have done that. That's what they said they wanted to do. Out of the limelight. She ruined so much for me. Like, I used to be a fan of Tyler Perry until Tyler Perry started backing her and started talking, believing her and what she said about the royal family and stuff. It's like, I couldn't believe it. She's the one that ratted Tyler Perry. I don't probably never see this video, but Tyler Perry, she's the one, Megan's the one that called and ratted him out to where she was at your house and gave your address to the to Backrid. You guys know it. Everybody knows it. It's her. You guys, just don't understand it. But I was going to do a different video, but I was going to start, like yesterday, I was going to read from the excerpts from the book again. And then I started talking about something else. And then today I seen that they were invited to go to Colombia. And I'm just not understanding why people are inviting them to go to these stupid fake royal tours. They don't have nothing to give. They're not, unless it's money. I don't know. I can't figure it out because they're not royal. They can't negotiate anything on behalf of the UK. They can't speak on behalf of King Charles. um, I don't understand, but maybe they'll like Colombia enough to stay there. I'm ready for them to be out of the United States myself. I wish they would leave the United States of America. I really do, because they're just driving me crazy. Harry thinks our Constitution is bonkers because we have freedom of speech, freedom of press, freedom to say what we want, as long as it's not hurting anybody else. And I was reading in the article where it says that they were invited to speak on behalf of mental illness and in helping the youth with navigate through social media and it's like, I don't understand. They have one of the biggest. Harry and Meghan run one of the biggest freaking cults out there, if you could call them cults. The little sugars, the Sussex Squad. Them people are vile. They're terrible. I remember when they first started coming, I was like, are these actual really people? Saying what they're saying, and they were threatening, they were wishing death upon William and Catherine and the children. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And these people are just nasty. They're plain nasty, downright nasty. The Sussex Squad, or Sugars, or whatever you guys want to call them. Oh man, I've been I'm on X as well, on old Twitter, and yeah, them people are vile, you know, and everybody else is, and they're trying to say that they can speak on behalf of mental illness and the youth. They're the last people that should be talking about mental illness and youth. They're both sick, in my opinion, and I have an opinion that they are both. I think Harry Harry Princess Diana realized, that Harry was a little brat, and said, sorry, Harry, you're a brat. You've always been. You, she's gonna overcompensate and baby you more. I think she babied you way more than she did William, because William was going to be king and she felt sorry for you. And she let you get away with everything. And so did Charles. King Charles let you get away with everything once Diana passed away. And you used that to your advantage. And that is so sad. That is so sad. Now you're kicking and stomping your feet for 4 years, in and out of court, in and out of court, for security, saying that you can't bring your wife back to the UK. You're taking your wife to Colombia, Bogota. The drug cartels around there and stuff like that. The craziness that comes out of South America, those places and stuff like that. You're gonna take her there. You're not afraid to take her there, but you're afraid to take her to the UK. Oh my God! I just can't even think anymore with you two. You two just are so stupid. I just can't even. I really wanted to start my channel a long time ago when Megxit first happened. But at that time, a lot was going on and I was sick. I got sick, physically sick. And doctors' offices and stuff were closed down. So we had no other choice but to go to our emergency rooms. And that was bad. We have an emergency room here and it's small and the doctors don't care. They're terrible. I don't know how this hospital is still opened. They let me die. They were letting me just die. I didn't know where else to go. It's a long story. Maybe one day I'll sit down and talk about it. But it was very traumatizing, and I really wanted to start a channel back then, but there was no way. I couldn't even do nothing. I couldn't function. I ended up in the hospital. Finally, ended up in a good hospital, and my family finally took me hours away, and by the grace of God, it got me into a hospital for almost 2-3 hours away from where we live, and I was there for over a month. And then I came home on a feeding tube for 5 months. And then the recovery was so hard after that. It really was. So I would just watch a lot of everybody else's videos. That's when I started watching. One of my favorites is the Royal Grift, and I remember I subscribed to her when she didn't have under 100 people. There was under like 200 people, and I was subscribed, and I told her she's such a smart, beautiful content creator. I had told her because I had a hard time um, retaining short-term memory. I had a hard time retaining short-term memory, so I knew I couldn't do any videos or anything like that. And I had commented to her, and I said, "Well, I told her a little bit about my illness and stuff like that, and I said I can't retain a whole lot of energy. Otherwise, I mean, a long-term short-term memory. Otherwise, I would have had my own channel a long time ago. Started against these two, against Harry and Meghan, because they're freaking crazy. Ever since they decided to come over here and invade our country and act like they're going to be royal Americans, we don't have royal Americans." And she said, "I got you." I remember she replied back and she said, "Don't worry, I got you." And she has ever since. She's been in the grind making those videos, the best videos out there. I think some of the best videos content out there, and she knows exactly what they're doing. She knows that Meghan are trying to censor everybody else but themselves. If it doesn't have anything to do, to show them in the best light, um, if anybody criticizes them or anything, they want to shut people down quick. And it's sad. It's sad. That's why I said, and a lot of things, was just really bothering me about how they're going to go over there and speak on mental illness to Colombia when they're the cause of so many people's bad depression right now, like her father. That poor man, I can't imagine. He probably thinks of her every day. He did everything for her. And Megan, you know it. You know it too, you lying little skanky hoe bag. That pisses me off. I'm sorry, but you piss me off because you you know your dad. I can't understand it. Your mom wasn't there for you. Your dad gave you everything. And you lied on everything about him. Not, that you paid for your own college. You had to scrape pennies, this, that, and the other for working multiple jobs and Pell Grant or grants and whatever. I can't remember what you were saying, but you were saying that you had to scrape by to get your own college education. You lie. You lie like a dog, man. And so many people have debunked that lie and come out with the proof that your dad took care of you. You wouldn't have never worked. You don't like to work. That's your problem. You don't want to work. Archwell Industries, you guys work 1 hour, what is it, 1 hour a month? 12 hours a year on your charity? It's crazy. You don't have a work bone in your body. You never follow through with anything. I think the only reason you followed through with archetypes a little bit, which was a disaster anyway, was because the fact that you needed that money big time. You didn't want to have to give up whatever millions Netflix already paid you or Spotify, and they dropped you anyway because you sucked. Well, you didn't want to. You want to even do your own. You had it made, man. If somebody offered me multi-million dollars for a podcast and they built me my studio in my home and hired me the best of the best, boy, let me tell you, they'd get me off. They would have a hard time getting me off of creating because I mean, I can't believe it. That's just shows you how spoiled and entitled and how selfish you are as a person. You don't want to work for nothing. Harry, he's never had to work for anything. So I'm surprised that he actually took off with you. I really am. That surprises me because this man has been told what to do since the day he was born. Even when he rebelled and stuff, he was an idiot. And the palace and his dad and his brother and everybody tried covering up for him, his grandma, for everything. And if people see his true colors now, I don't feel sorry for Harry. I don't feel sorry for him one bit. When people say they feel sorry for him because he's married to Meghan and stuff like that, I don't feel sorry for him. He gets everything he deserves for what he did to his family. I really don't. But to cause them pain and anguish and a lot of not needed stress, and stress on a person causes illness, especially when they can't speak out on behalf of themselves. You know that. You guys know that. That's why you guys pick and pick and pick at them because you know they can't come back. They won't come back at you. Poor Princess of Wales, Catherine. I just love her so much. She's fighting this battle. And Meghan's so mad because she'll never be Catherine. You could have done so much, Meghan. You could have done so much in that royal family. You could have contributed so much. And you could have been so fulfilled by helping people. You guys had it made. You just bide your time. You guys wouldn't have been in what you think was little cottage for a while. Or that little house of Harry's behind there. That was his bachelor pad, and you know it. You know it. You just looked down on it, and Harry was ashamed of it because you looked down on it. You thought he was going to live in a castle right off the bat, like a 50-room castle. But if you would have bided your time, I mean, you guys got Floodmore Cottage, and you got all those millions upon millions of dollars to be able to renovate it. Oh my God. You guys don't even know what struggle is. You haven't a clue. You have no clue. And I bet you Megan even lies about the Sizzler. I bet you she's never even had a $5 salad bar at Sizzler. I bet you that was just beneath her way back then, back in the day. But for her and Harry to be running around acting like they're royalty, they're nothing. And I will keep continuing to upload. I don't care, if I just touch one person, if I have 1,000 subscribers or a million subscribers, as long as you don't come after my freedom of speech. Too many people, too many soldiers fought and died for our Constitution. I went to Washington, D.C., and I seen the Constitution of the United States. That was amazing. I got pictures of it. In fact, I've got several copies of the Constitution of the United States that I brought home from Washington, D.C. when I went and visited years ago. I think that was back in 2014. Yeah, I was like, I wanted to know my rights. And then when Harry comes over here and says, oh, First Amendment's bonkers, man. You don't know what, oh my God, that's what's got me. That's what's got me. That's what's got me here wanting to speak out and just help everybody else that's speaking out on behalf of trying to tell you guys that you guys are not going to keep shutting us down. I mean, I seen when Megan's Mole, that channel was demonetized over the moon bumps thing, and just not being able to say what her opinions were. I thought that is so wrong that you guys can throw little money and weight around and think that you can silence people, and that is so wrong. And I'll always believe, I'll say this till the end. Meghan set her dad up with the paparazzi. She knew that she could never let Harry go meet her dad, because her dad is going to probably debunk half the shit she's told Harry. And Harry's going to find out everything she's ever sold was a lie. Everything. She lies like a dog, man. I mean, nobody can even, I don't even know how anybody believes one word that comes out of her mouth. I mean, I remember just being so frustrated, sitting there watching and seeing knowing what's happening with the Queen, and knowing that she was so frail and she was sick, just battling something that was bigger than herself. I knew it because she would never cancel engagements unless she was dying. Everybody knew that. And Harry and Meghan just kept poking, and let her go to her grave thinking that the world thought she was a racist. And that's what's sad, and British people, I feel sorry for you. I feel so bad that she portrayed you guys in a light. I mean, that is so wrong and such a lie. And I don't understand. Harry just wants everything handed to him. He can't stand paying for anything because he's always had everything paid for him. So it's killing him paying whatever millions of dollars he has to look important every year to get these stupid security guards that he don't even need. They're making easy money. They're making easy millions off of you guys, stupids. Nobody's after you guys, and you know it. And don't say you don't like the word paranoid, because I think Meghan keeps you paranoid. I think she does. I think she keeps you paranoid just due to the fact she went all the way back to the fact that she said she was going to try to commit suicide. She wanted to commit suicide. The only thing that kept, when she was pregnant with your son, the only thing that kept her from doing it is because she didn't want you to go through that again. Why would she tell you that then? She was definitely gonna try to off herself and murder her unborn son. Your son. That's when you should have said, I'm out. She never intended on doing that. She was never depressed. She just had to manipulate you to get you out and to get you isolated away from your family. We all know that. Everybody knows that. It's just disgusting. It's just disgusting to open, and then not too long ago, I thought I would stop even just, I thought they never get their just desserts. Never. They were always getting away with everything. Always. They're always getting things they don't deserve. And it gets to be old. And it gets to be sad to see that. And I just don't understand so much. And I think that's why I keep sticking around. And now I'm fighting the good fight with a lot of other people. Because, first of all, nobody's ever going to censor us here in the United States of America. Nobody. Not no ginger hair prince from the UK. Go back to where you came from, Harry. Go back and make amends with your father. Go beg them for forgiveness. You're going to regret. You're going to regret it. I guarantee you. Everything you've ever done to your father, to your brother, to your sister-in-law who loved you unconditionally, who made you part of her family, no matter what. And I'm sure your niece and nephew loved you. Till all of a sudden them seeing, I'm wondering why Uncle Harry is acting like this towards us, towards my mom and my dad. What did we ever do to him? Sad. So sad. But I'm going to keep continuing to do my videos, guys. I'm going to keep uploading. Hopefully one day, I don't want to be that big where, it's like these stupid sugars. These stupid sugars. These stupid sugars keep coming, and I don't even care about those sugars. They ain't loyal to Megan either. It's only because they get paid. They get paid to be loyal, and it's sad. But that's the one thing, the full royal church of Colombia, I'm so sure. I will never understand. I will never understand. Maybe they'll get lost in Bogota. Bogota. Maybe they'll fall in a hole somewhere over there or something. Go disrespect those people over there, Megan. Like you did in Nigeria. And you know that Nigeria, the first lady of Nigeria, and that's another thing that had me so fuming. I had just steam coming out of my ears when the first lady kind of backtracked. I was just speaking. Wasn't attacking. Wasn't talking exactly about Megan. Yes, she was talking to Megan. Megan went over there half naked every day. Stupid. When she knew everybody else was covered up, she's like, "Duh." You know what country you're going to. You know what their dressing was like, what their religion, what their culture and everything was. And you went and you just had to stand out from everybody. I just and you're not 43% Nigerian either. My goodness gracious. Anybody who believes that's stupid. I don't know. You just got me crazy. And I'm going to stay here and I'll make videos every day. I don't care. I'm going to keep continuing on to say the thing I said because nobody's going to take our freedom of speech away. We're fixing to have a very important election here in the United States. And thank God we're going to finally get some decency back into the White House. But you ain't going to take that away from us. Nobody's going to take it away from us. Glad Meghan would never be in politics. I would never vote for her for anything. Anything. But yeah, let me know what you all think about this stupid craziness that's going on with people inviting them to these countries for what? It's crazy. Let me know what you guys think, Subscribe to my channel. I'm going to keep working on trying to get better and better content for you guys. But yeah, it's just a lot of my anger starting to come out now against it, 'cause it's like I don't like what's going on. I don't like what I'm seeing and what they do and how they treat people, especially when you're coming here to my soil, my home, my homeland, and doing it. Thank you guys so much. I will try to make videos every day. I really appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe. You got to start somewhere. Thank you guys so much. We'll talk to you tomorrow.